When it comes to relationships, you don't have to settle. But there are far too many people settling anyways. Perhaps you're one of them. Are you unhappy in your relationships? Dissatisfied with the quality of your relationships? If so, today's episode of Ruby TV is for you. So stick around. I know what it's like to settle. I used to settle in every aspect of my life, especially relationships. I used to settle for far less than I deserved, and I would do it willingly. I would stay. Does this ring a bell? Is this you or maybe someone you know? Well, there's a reason why we settle in our relationships, and that's because we don't have that relationship with ourselves first. So without knowing who you are as a person, it's tough to get to know other people and create that bond. So today I want to share with you 4 things that you need to know in order to stop settling in your relationships. And trust me, this is good. Okay, so number 1, you need to know what it is that you need and want in a relationship. Now, a lot of times, like with my clients, if I ask them what they need and they want, they go into this list of all the things they don't want. And I get it. It's so much easier to think about the things that we don't want because we've experienced those things that we don't want. But what I'm asking you to do is really get clear on what it is that you do want and what it is that you do need. And yes, it is completely okay to need something in a relationship and in a partner. It's completely okay. This doesn't make you codependent. Now, the difference between needs and wants is a need is like, I really need to have a washer and dryer in my apartment. That's a non-negotiable. A want is like, I'd really like to have hardwood floors in my apartment, but it's not a must. So get clear on your needs and wants in a relationship and in a partner. And the easiest way to do that is just dump everything out on paper. Don't focus on the need or the want. Just dump all the things that you can think of that you desire in a relationship and in a partner, and then take that list and split it into 2. What are the needs, the non-negotiables, the things that you definitely have to have? And then what are the wants, the things that would be great to have, but it's okay if they don't have it. Okay? Number 2 is you've got to know what it is that you have to offer. Yes, you. You have to get clear on what you have to offer in a relationship. Okay, so this has a lot to do with your self-worth. This has a lot to do with your self-esteem, your self-confidence. You have to feel good about what it is that you bring to a table in a relationship. What do you have to offer a person? What do you have to offer that relationship? Get clear on that. The third thing, and this is really important, is you've got to know what you will and will not put up with in a relationship. What won't you put up with? Where do you draw the line? What are your boundaries? Okay? And if your boundaries are a little loose, tighten them. You should never be disrespected in a relationship, ever. You should never put up with shit that you don't deserve, ever. So know what it is that you will and will not put up with in a relationship. Get super clear on that. And then the 4th thing, which feels like it's super obvious, but so many of us don't do it, is know your worth. Know your worth. Understand how worthy you truly are. Understand that this person that you are describing in your list, that this person that you dream of, this type of relationship that you dream of having is possible, and that you're worthy of having it. So know your worth. Now, you don't have to be in a state of like pure self-love to enter a relationship. You don't. You just have to be on the path. You just have to be on the journey. You have to be committed to that relationship with you first. Okay? Be committed to you. Know your worth, and then enter the relationship. Again, you don't have to be in a state of 100% self-love. You just have to be committed to you. Okay, so I'm going to run through that list again. You've got to know your wants and needs in the relationship and in a partner. Number 2, you've got to know what you have to offer in a relationship. Get clear on that. Number 3, know what you will and will not put up with in a relationship. And number 4, know your worth. So know these things before you enter a relationship, and if you're in a relationship, just evaluate these things and see if that relationship really matches up to these things, to your knowing. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Ruby TV. If it resonates with you, share the love by sharing this online. Tag a friend. Send some love by showing some comments below, asking questions. I will respond to them, I promise. And just know your worth. Know where you stand in a relationship. And don't fucking settle for less.